Hello and welcome to another video from Alberta Bushcrafter. My name is Dean and this is another one in a series on camp cooking. And this one is actually close to my heart because I always love a good breakfast. Today's video is on oatmeal. Now, you can get these. These are President's Choice oatmeal. I believe they're actually made by Quaker. Most of the no-name stuff is made by big name companies. But yeah, this is a 33 gram package of oatmeal. To me, that's roughly half a serving. Right. So it usually takes 2 of these for a decent breakfast, plus maybe a little something else. What I'm going to show you is not only how to turn these into this, jazz it up, but also how to make your own. Now these are actually what I call single serving oatmeal, and rehydrates just as quick. It works just the same as the packaged stuff. It all works the same as this, but this actually is a lot more customizable. One of the things I don't like about the packaged oatmeal is often there's a little too much sugar in it, and well, sugar does not agree with me that much. So I'm going to show you guys how to make, not only how to improve on the packaged stuff, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to make your own right from quick oats and a few other ingredients. And you'd be surprised how simple it is. You will need access to dehydrated foods and probably nuts. You can pick those up in a supermarket, or you can do it yourself, as you know, you've seen from my video. So it is first week of fall here, so it is quite cold. I'm not doing this outside. I've actually prepared a spot in the kitchen, and I'll show you guys how easy this is. Alright, here we are in my kitchen. Well, like I said, I've kind of got a small cooking station or prep station set up here, nothing big. But I'm going to show you the first thing you can do with oatmeal. And we're going to start with, this is the same as the Quaker. This is the President's Choice oatmeal. This is peaches and cream, and I've got apples and cinnamon, just for a couple examples. Now, I want to deafen you opening the pack here. This is what passes for peaches and cream. Look at that. There's maybe a teaspoon of dried peaches in there. Yeah, I don't like that. And that's one real serving, in my estimate. That's a breakfast, or a good part of it. So what you do with those is I am adding some dried peaches, home dried peaches, and there's some walnuts in there too, as you might see. A little shadowy. Now, with some dried fruits, all you have to do is take some scissors and cut them up. Be sure to wash your scissors after, because these babies are sticky, especially if you're drying your own fruits. And that is something to remember about dried fruits. The stuff in the store is very heavy on sugar because it's not so much dried, a lot of it, as it is candied. So here we go. This is just walnuts. I love these little prep bowls, by the way, too. And I usually just use a fork and just stir it up a bit. Now, you do not have to add anything extra to the packaged oatmeal. You can, if you want, add a bit of powdered milk. And I like that because I like the extra creaminess here. I'm going to reach across you here. So for this, I'll add up to a tablespoon of powdered milk. That's actually about 3/4 of a tablespoon. Now, powdered milk is very hydrophilic, meaning it attracts moisture. So you want to get that mixed in there right away. And this will actually keep it dried out. So the next step you do is you get your handy canning funnel. I usually pour it into something a little easier. You can mix it right in the measuring cup. That was just for demonstration purposes. There we go. So there is one serving. And then you get one of your handy small Ziploc bag or food saver bags. This one I have made big enough to accommodate the canning funnel. So I just like to hold it tight like that, and away we go. Sorry, the light's not perfect here. Give it a couple slaps. That's what I like to do. I like to shake it up a bit. Now that end is fairly long, so we know it's going to go in the food saver. We'll save that for a little later in this video. There you go. Now the second thing, this one you may not read it too well, that's apples and cinnamon, which I think is great. I'm going to do it right in there this time. You hear that sound? That's me shaking the bag so I get all of it to the bottom. Now that smells lovely. It really does. As you can see, there's very little apple in there. You might have seen in a bit of this video, Quaker's also got one of these that's apple, cinnamon, and cranberries, and walnuts. Well, it might take a minute, but yeah, we'll just pause for a second. Okay, so you've seen I've got the regular apples and cinnamon. There's some very tiny flakes of apple. I think there's about 2 tablespoons of apple in that whole thing. I like my apple. Apples are the easiest things in the world to dehydrate, especially if you have, this is going to be fun, especially if you have one of these. That's an apple peeling and coring and slicing machine. This was given to me for a birthday gift many years ago. That's about 15, 16 years old, and I still love it. I can go through 7 or 8 apples in a couple of minutes and get them dipped, and they're in the dehydrator, and they're great. That's why I have so many dried apples. Enough of that. So, whoops, don't want to feed the mice here. Got some ocean spray cranberries. There's that one in the sink. The nice thing about apples is you can dry them to a chip. So that's how you get these ready. You don't need to cut them, just break them up. Now there is a Quaker, sort of like a 1-cup meal, oatmeal, that they make that is the basic apples and cinnamon. It's got a few extra apples and it has cranberries and walnuts. Well, there's walnuts in here too. That's about 2 tablespoons of dried apples and a tablespoon of dried walnuts. So in they go. This is going to be a little more bulky, guaranteed, but this is one heck of a breakfast. Trail breakfast, breakfast at work, whatever. This is one of my favorites. Let me let you know a little tip here. Oh, there's raisins in there too. I don't know how those got in there. Oh no, that's cranberries. Anyways, that little cup of Quaker, gourmet oats is $1.77. You are currently looking at 60 cents, and there's more of it. So in this goes in the bag. This is only step 1 of DIY oatmeal. This is just jazzing up packaged foods. So these are pre-packaged. Now that's the thing about this is, oh, good shot. There we go. Don't go anywhere. Apple, that's for me. This is the thing. This is slightly more than is in those little Quaker oatmeal cups. And that's slightly more of everything. That's a little bit more oatmeal, a little bit more cranberries, and a little bit more walnuts. Certainly beats the apples and cinnamon stuff right out of the bag. Just be a second. I'm going to get the food saver out, show you how easy it is to get these ready. Okay, now I have the food saver out, and I'm going to show you another tip before you seal anything in your bags, whether it is, whether it's oatmeal or freeze-dried meals or make your own meals. What you want to do is label it. Either label the bag before you even fill it, or label the bag, as it's filled before you seal it anyways. So here's how you do it. See how quick this is. It goes in the food saver. You want to make sure that this lip goes down into the channel. You also want to make sure that there's nothing at the edge of the sealing strip. So it's going to be a little bit big at the end. But then, now look at that. And you hit the button and the green light comes on. Now it's sealing and away you go. This unit is fantastic. It's one of the greatest inventions of the 20th century. You might hear some water in the background. That is my Sawyer filter, filtering water. And just for the heck of it, do it again because we'll be kind of quick here because there's another section of this video we want to get to. So in there, I make sure there's no food above the edge of the machine. That will pretty well guarantee that there's not going to be any oatmeal or sugar or anything blocking the seal. And that's important because if you wait a little bit, some of these bags will actually lose their seal. That means there was something interfering with the heating element. So there's something between the two ends of the food saver. Now, that is solid. That's about as much space as those 2 packets of oatmeal I showed you, but there's more in it. This is a fantastic meal right here. Now, if you hang on for a minute, I'm going to show you something even more fun, which is how to make this from scratch. Okay, so we're back outside in the cold, and well, here we go. Hope you guys have seen how easy it is to make your own camping meals here. So, I'm showing you how to turn these into this. Showing you actually how to improve on them. I know that Quaker makes these little individual cardboard serving cups of oatmeal. It's got extra grains in there, which you could add yourself. And it's got nuts and apples and cranberries, one of them. The other's just berries. Those are $1.77. This is the same stuff. And this clocks in at about 50 or 60 cents. And it's actually just maybe a tablespoonful or so more than the Quaker boutique stuff. So, again, I've even showed you how to make your own. This is actually that's the field berry oatmeal. This is almost exactly what the really great Quaker stuff is like. And it's much more compact, doesn't rattle around. You can't smell anything through it. So it's safe to take camping where there's critters. And the other nice thing I like to do with this is use one of my Gamma Seal buckets. This is actually the smaller of the two. I've got, excuse me, I've got some scrambled eggs in there and the dried hash browns and some Cliff Bars. So all this stuff goes in there right now. And as you can see, I've been quite busy with this. In fact, I might have a couple of these to spare. Hard to say. I actually take these to work, which is good. The little point I should bring up is that the reason I started doing this wasn't just the price of the Quaker oats. It was that I saw some of the camping food, you know, where you get the dehydrated, well, freeze-dried meals and stuff. I actually saw some of the camping food, and it was something like $6 for 4 servings of oatmeal. Now, to me, that's over the top. That's ridiculous. Why do that when you can make your own for, instead of $1.50 a serving or $1.77 a serving, make your own for, I think it's anywhere from 30 to 60 cents depending on what's going in it. And as you've seen, there's all kinds of different flavors. You'll never find these in a store. You can experiment to your heart's content. Like I said, my breakfast at work has been really good lately because these are great. That's a meal. So, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching the Alberta Bushcrafter channel. My name's Dean. Take care. Good day.